what I mean? This is your boy. I'm going to go to a brand new Comic Crusaders special. You know who it is today, yo? We're going to be talking about something that's good for your soul. Going to warm your heart and your belly, especially during this wonderful holiday that we got coming up called Mama's Day. We introduce the man that's going to fill up our soul with that goodness from chicken soup for the soul. The one and only Mr. Chris Woolsey. Where homie? How you doing today?
I'm good now that I see your beautiful face. What is going on?
I'm trying, man. I got spikes on my beard now. I'm growing the lines, looking meaner and tougher. That way I could do it. Maybe chicken soup for the soul want to cast me as a villain in the movie or something. Who knows?
I got to tell you, you got a whole Silver Fox thing going on here. It's working for you.
Yeah, we got to do it, man. The top is getting there too, man. It's getting there.
That's for.
So thanks for coming on, brother, once again to talk about what's going on, to fill our little souls, with that chicken soup that streams for free, everybody, for free on our favorite platforms, right? Whether it's on your computer, on your TV, or on an app, right? So, Chris, let me bring up, because let's get started, baby, because it's exciting. Because I know this one is definitely about pulling heartstrings. Chicken Soup for the Soul is about making us cry. Chris Woolsey, and his team definitely want to pick stuff that's just gonna make us, say we're not crying, and just, all of a sudden you're using the bathroom when you don't need to.
It's just guys. Allergies. I just got allergies.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Exactly.
So right now we're talking humor first. Oh, what a gem! What a gem!
Okay, so Chicken Soup for the Soul, one of the many things that they do really well is classic TV. And so we have the Beverly Hillbillies. This was pretty much the one that set the template for sitcoms for, the rest of TV history. Interesting bit, because you know me, I always do the research before I come talk to you, Al. Interesting, this show, when it premiered, went from 0 to #1 in 3 weeks.
What?
It is the only show in TV history to ever do that. It has never been repeated again in over 50 years.
3 weeks to get to the top.
How crazy is that?
That's insane. I mean, and when did this come out? I mean, how competitive was TV when this come out? Because wow. I mean, that's an amazing achievement.
Yeah, no joke.
I mean, even regardless of you, that's an amazing achievement,
It premiered in 1962.
Okay, TV was around still already though for a minute, so this is insane. It took over.
Totally.
Wow.
Yep. Impressive. And great cast. Buddy Ebsen, who was a comic genius, played Jed Clampett. Donna Douglas, who's so lovely, was Ellie Mae, who is basically the Marianne of Gilligan's Island of this show. She was a heartthrob of all heartthrobs at the time. Max Baer, Jethro Bodine, is the big dumb cousin. And it's interesting, they actually brought him in because originally Jed Clampett was supposed to be stupid. And Buddy Ebsen said, "This is not a dumb man. I refuse to play him dumb." And so they had to bring in Max Baer to deliver all the dumb lines because Buddy Ebsen refused to. And he was totally right.
Yeah, well, and it worked. Absolutely. Look at that. Legendary.
And Granny was played by Irene Ryan, who was a world famous Broadway stage actress at the time. And a fun little tangent, yours truly was nominated for an Irene Ryan Award when I was in college for my performance at Cal State Sacramento department for Midsummer Night's Dream.
Get out, take you out, homie. Well, folks, hey guys, if you're hiring for movies, Chris is, as you can see, is an award-winning actor.
Always available. So anyway, that's kind of fun, but it's a great show. It's super fun, and if you're into classic TV, you got to check that out.
Heck yeah! Whoa, what is this? Okay. I mean, I've heard of it, but I never watched it. And now I love, right now, before you even go, I love the font, the poster. This alone just intrigues the crap out of me right now. I want to watch this.
It's great. So, everybody now they love Glass Onion. Knives Out before that was like a ginormous hit. Back in the 80s, the movie Clue. People love these murder mystery movies. Well, this is the one that started the whole thing. So obviously Agatha Christie, gigantic name in the world of murder mystery novels. And this was arguably the best of the adaptations of her books. This was from 1978. And you talk about star-studded cast. Had Maggie Smith, who was one of the teachers from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Peter Ustinov from Spartacus, Mia Farrow from Rosemary's Baby, among a million other things, Olivia Hussey, who played Juliet in the Romeo and Juliet Franco Zeffirelli version, and a little woman by the name of Betty Davis.
What?
Yeah. So star-studded cast. Really great. If you
just like
it.
Glass Onion, like you said, my gosh, star-studded for the day.
Totally.
Jesus.
Totally.
Woo.
It's great. So yeah, you want to check this one out for sure. It's Hercule Poirot he was one of two detectives that she always wrote about, and this was one of his stories.
Yeah, I really love the potion. I love the skull reflection on the water, right? It's so cool.
Great,
so retro. I dig it.
Totally.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
The Dick Van Dyke Show. So back to classic TV. Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore. I mean, you talk about chemistry. And this was kind of along with the Beverly Hillbillies, this was just like a ridiculously popular show that really, in a lot of ways, kind of set the bar for sitcoms in this country. It's again, they're just amazing cast. Rose Marie played Sally Rogers, Maury Amsterdam, Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner's dad, was crazy. One of the main characters. They won 15 Emmy Awards for this show, and only ran 5 seasons. And they, 15. So
wow, so that's 3 a year.
I know. And it's kind of a fun little side story. There's a story in the series that that she lied about her age when they got married, and so they had to go back and get remarried on the show. She was 17 when they got married, but she had told him that she was 19. They did that because they found out after the show became such a success that she had lied about her age when she auditioned. She was 24 and she was afraid that she was too young because Dick Van Dyke was 36 at the time. And so she lied about her age, and they cast her, and she was just an absurd, so popular. You can't even believe it. I mean, she was so gorgeous and so talented.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And there's a famous episode where they dance together, and I guess they didn't realize just how good a dancer she is. And obviously Dick Van Dyke's, one of the greatest movie dancers of all time. And they danced together, and the numbers just went off the chart. Like, people just lost their mind over this show. And Dick Van Dyke was like, that's it. She's got to be on the show and stay on the show.
Amazing. Yeah. Could you imagine if they were Dancing with the Stars was around? When they were in there, they would have been the king and queen of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God.
Another.
Oh,
so great. God. So great. I will spare you from singing the song, but
please.
Man, this was the soundtrack of my youth. I watched it in reruns, but it's so great. Just an awesome show. So it's The Partridge Family is a show starring Shirley Jones, who was kind of a big name at the time. And interesting, again, a little bit of trivia. So they actually offered Shirley Jones the part of Carol Brady in the Brady Bunch. And she turned it down because she said she didn't want her career to be about pulling a pot roast out of the oven on Friday afternoons. And these two shows ran next to each other. So Friday night, I guess 8 o'clock and 8:30, were Brady Bunch and Partridge Family, which is kind of interesting. But you can see David Cassidy, Susan Day, who went on to a huge daytime soap career. Danny Bonaducci, who is hysterical on this show. And then Dave Madden played Reuben Kincaid, their manager. And it's just awesome. David Cassidy obviously became almost a phenomenon from this show. He left the show actually because he said he was so exhausted from the fans overwhelming him that he
man.
He literally couldn't do it anymore. Yeah.
He was what Latinos call the papi chulo of his era. You know what I mean?
He was indeed a papi chulo.
Right? You know what I mean? Well, he was raking it in all types of ways.
Yep, for sure. Muy caliente.
Really, man.
Yeah.
Funny. And this is the pre-internet days. You know what I mean? Could you imagine? You know?
Oh man, crazy. And they had all the biggest guest stars. So they had Jodie Foster, Farrah Fawcett, and these were pretty much all before they were big stars. Mark Hamill.
They were kids.
Yeah, Mark Hamill, Dick Clark, Rob Reiner. They were all on this show. So it's kind of a who's who of Hollywood at the time, and it's just really well written. I'm not ordinarily a gigantic fan of either musicals and in a lot of cases sitcoms, but this one, it just works. It's so great.
Agreed. Oh, this one I know. This is a classic.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So Rowan and Martin laughing. It's just, I mean, it's just as a student of TV, you have to check it out. I mean, it's absurd the number of celebrities that were on this show. I mean, it is just this set the standard. I mean, this was really the original sketch comedy show. Dan Rowan and Dick Martin created this. Ruth Buzzy, Lily Tomlin, Goldie Hawn. Wow. This was Goldie Hawn's first job. Henry Gibson, who played the Illinois Nazi in the Blues Brothers. Richard Dawson from Family Feud, which, by the way, is a game show that I was on.
Wait a minute, Chris. Wait. Pause for a moment.
Was on Family Feud when I was in high school, and it was one of the worst losses in Family Feud history. That my sisters were so dumb, and my dad and I were just trying to hold it together, and we just couldn't. And we were destroyed on that.
Please tell me this was televised.
It is. I'll see if I can find a link for you somewhere.
Please, I've got to see this. You said the worst loss in history.
It was bad.
I'm sorry. Sorry for the pause here, folks. I needed to hear this.
I'm glad somebody could get a laugh out of it. But the guests on the show were who's who of comedy in Hollywood at the time: Don Adams, Harry Belafonte, Milton Berle, Sally Field,
Rest
James
in peace, Harry recently passed away.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Interesting you bring that up because Milton Berle was buried across the street from my place in Culver City when we lived there. We lived right next to the Jewish cemetery, and Milton Berle was one of the folks buried there.
Love Milton. Uncle Milty. Love Uncle Milty. Absolutely. Yep. I love Uncle Milty. Old school legend of comedy. Yep. Absolutely, man.
But Bob Hope, Bob Newhart, Leonard Nimoy, Vincent Price, and this is the kicker, Richard Nixon was on it. I was like, how do you have Richard Nixon? He's like the least funny president, but somehow they made it work.
Amazing, yo. Wow. Yeah. Folks, you see this? This is some retro gems right there, and a whole lot more. You see that? Now, this is something that's going to make your soul smile, courtesy of Chicken Soup from the Soul. So, again, chickensouptv.com. It's an app as well. So, check out your phone, check out your TV. Available everywhere, man. Get it. All right? And put a smile for those faces and on that soul. Yo, Chris, man, thank you. That's some good stuff, though. Chicken Soup got it going on, kiddo.
Brother, man, you know we do for you.
I know what it is. Folks, there goes again the links. chickensouptv.com. Free app. Google and Apple too. All right. And of course, you know what it is? If you're digging my homie here, because you know it is the king of the streams. My man Chris. Check him out on Twitter
Check me out. Say hi.
Jesus.
I love to talk.
Yeah, listen, he's a historian. He'd be finding these cool little tidbits. I mean, not you know what it was. Now I understand why he does this. That horrible loss from Family Feud has fueled his appetite for knowledge that it would never ever happen again.
That is no joke.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Thanks for sharing that story and your time.
You
Hasta
bet,
la
my brother.
próxima, mi gente. Much love, kiddo. ¡Huepa!